So now we will be concluding the chapter. So the progress of the Indian economy in the three sectors can be summarized as: in agriculture, India flourished through the Green Revolution and by the abolition of Zamindari system, bringing about land reforms, land ceiling act. Okay. In industrial sector, by bringing about licensing policy, then bringing about diversification in the production. Okay, by expanding the production, bringing about small scale industries in the rural areas. Okay, and also the public sector enterprises. Though many of the economists were dissatisfied with the performance of the public sector enterprises, but public sector enterprises also played a major role. However, in trade sector, inward oriented trade was followed, means imports were restricted through tariffs and quotas. Okay. Moreover, domestic producers were protected against the foreign competition and made self-reliant. However, this did not give incentive to improve the quality of goods. Okay. So, these are the ways through which India progressed in the three sectors. Okay. Now, before ending the chapter, I would like to speak about P.C. Mahalanobis, the architect of Indian planning. So, P.C. Mahalanobis contributed to the formulation of our 5-year plans. Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis. He was born on 29 June 1893 in Calcutta. He studied in Presidency College and in Calcutta and then at Cambridge University in England. In 1946, he was made a fellow member of Britain's Royal Society. Mahalanobis established the Indian Statistical Institute ISI. You have to mark this. He established ISI and it is still working. Those who want to study further with statistics, join there. Okay. He also started a journal called Shankhya and it still works. He is best remembered for the Mahalanobis distance as a statistical measure. You will mark this. Okay. And you will mark his name as a contributor to the 5-year plans. On 28 June 1972, he died. Okay. So, contribution of Mahalanobis is, in India, planning in real sense started in the second 5-year plan. So, the second plan laid down the basic ideas of goals in Indian planning, which was based on the ideas of whom? P.C. Mahalanobis. Okay. Next, how do prices act as a signal? Obviously, when we see when a product is highly priced, that means its demand is high and the supply is less, like petrol. However, if the price of the product is low, that means when we see discounts are given, that means what? The supply is more than the demand. So that is why the price has been lowered down. Okay. So it is rightly said that price act as signals with respect to availability of the goods in the economy. This can come as a question, that how prices act as a signal with respect to availability of goods in the economy. But remember, granting subsidies does not mean there is increase in supply. Subsidies are given only to provide help, only as a help. Okay. What are the benefits of industrialization? Industrialization leads to increase in per capita income and it also meets the high demands of the people. It provides increasing avenues for employment of new skilled labor force, means provides employment. Okay, it increases the per capita income and provides high income and provides provides to meet the demand for the goods as well as the income demands. It increases the employment opportunities. It enables diversification of the market required at higher stages of development. It provides infrastructural facilities like railways, power generation, etc. It helps in earning foreign exchange, because if we export the industrial goods, we will earn foreign exchange. Okay, because elasticity of demand for industrial product is much than agricultural products. So industrial products are much exported than the agricultural products. So it helps in earning foreign exchange. Okay, and it provides infrastructural facilities. It enables diverse, means due to industrialization we get various products in the market, as it helps in diversification of the market. Okay, it increases employment opportunities and it also leads to an increase in the per capita income of the country. Okay, it also provides goods which meets the demand of the people. It also meets the income demands of the people by providing employment. Okay. Thank you. So we come to the end of the chapter. Next day we will be moving to liberalization, privatization and globalization, which is the last chapter of this group. Thank you.